Week 3 tomorrow night, the game of the week, Metamora hosting Washington. The first game of the Mid-Illini season features two teams that both think they can be Mid-Illini champs. The game shapes up as Metamora's big play weapons against Washington's big physicality.
You got to win one-on-ones. They're so physical, and they play offensively. They play such great team defense that there's going to be some opportunities, either the passing game or the running game, where it's a one-on-one. And can you break a tackle? Can you make a big catch? Can you execute the big play? Because they don't give many long drives.
And they've got some experience too, you know, coming back, their tailback, quarterback. I mean, they can definitely big play capabilities. We got to minimize the big play and make sure we tackle in space.
We'll have extended highlights of that game plus post-game. Here's our game plan for tomorrow. We got you covered. Games from all over the state of Illinois. 20 games tomorrow night on 25 Sports Football Friday. To a big night of Mid-Illini volleyball, a special night for our national anthems as we thank and honor the military and first responders on 9/11. The Potters taking on Metamora right here. This is Claire Cerisa to Leah Kempf, Leah to Abby Van Minden, who just pounds it down. Later it's going to be Alexa Sweezy to the birthday girl, Kate Gronwald, for the kill on her birthday. The Potters win set 1, but Metamora was cooking in set 2. Ava Putoni with the block down for a Redbird point. Then Ella Miller to Tabby Vanderschaft. Metamora led 23-16 in that second set when the Potters roared back. Watch the libero Claire Cerisa go airborne to keep that ball alive. Sweezy to Izzy Mueller, and the junior high Potter Dome was rocking. The Kiln was rocking as the Potters rallied all the way back. On match point, it's going to be Kemp to Mueller again. The Potters roar back to win a thriller in 2. Limestone at Dunlap tonight. We'll start with set 1. Set point, Chloe Steer with the big serve, and let's do that little spinning ace dance. The Rockets take the first set. Dunlap coming back. Caroline Holmes to Kyla Bailey for a nice swing for the Eagles, but Limestone in control. Mia Lamberti takes it out of the net to Bryn Williamson for the kill. Later it's going to be Mia to Briley Sprout, and Sprout with the big swing. Rockets are winners in 2. At Torrey Gym, Washington taking on Pekin tonight. We'll start our highlights with the visiting Dragons. Maya Junger to Zoe Lidkey for the nice kill right there, and a little bit of a roll shot. But back comes Washington. Katie Bishop to Carly Dawson off the block and down for a point. And then beautiful highlight here, Josie O'Brien to Anna Schermerhorn. Schermerhorn, the athletic set back to O'Brien. Washington wins in 2. What a night for El Paso Gridley setter Taylor Langland. She's one of the state's best. Tonight she became the all-time career leader in assists and got her 2,000th career assist on the same night. She sets up Jada Reed for a big kill right here. Now, Ridgeview was trying to spoil the party. They played great Cameron Rinkenberger to Ava Ludwig as they forced 3 sets at a thriller, but led by their great setter Langland here to Reed for another kill, then to Eliza Meese for a big kill. El Paso Gridley wins it in 3. A big congratulations to Taylor Langland, a terrific Titan. Now to soccer. Peoria Notre Dame welcomes Chicago Powers to town Friday and Saturday. But tonight, the Irish playing Danville in Big 12 Conference soccer. First half, first goal. Brett Zeltwinger to Johnny Nevada. And Nevada's just going to beat the goalie to the ball and find the back of the net for the goal right there for the Irish. Later, it's going to be Gabe Hanley. He's going to set up Tyler Ho. And Ho's going to knock it in right here with the flying header. The Irish are winners at 6-1. They play tomorrow 5 o'clock at Shea Stadium. Dunlap in the Quad Cities taking on United Township. It's going to be Rafael Nascimento. He gets one-on-one with the keeper. He's onside. Ball's in net. Goal Dunlap. Later, it's going to be Adyan Hazarol to Jackson Orris, and Orris is going to bury it. He usually does. And Dunlap's a winner. 3-0. They're coming home with a W. Morton hosting Geneseo. The Potters had trouble scoring goals, but not tonight. Alex McKee right here had a great game. He had a couple goals. Here, a beautiful pass in the box to Ewan Chatwell. Chatwell to Joseph Anders off the rebound. Anders knocks it in for the Potter goal. Later, it's going to be Luciano Canchola with a pass to Henry Kloffenstein. Kloffenstein's going to head it back to Joseph Anders. Anders with 2 goals. McKee with 2 goals. Potters with 6 goals. Happy Pumpkin Festival. Morton wins it 6-0. At Normal U-High way too much for Springfield Southeast and Central State 8 action. Elijah Luganbuehl to Connor Evans right here, and Evans with the one-timer home. Nice strike right there by Evans. Later, it's Jackson Maubach adding on to his prolific goal-scoring total right here as he zips in the box and beats the keeper. Later, Ethan Lavazza will score for Normal U-High. U-High put the ball in the basket 9 times in this game. 9-0. Normal U-High a winner. A moment of 9/11 silence before the Illini Bluffs IVC soccer game. IVC scoring on an early corner kick. Andrew Shire to Logan Sullivan for the beautiful header down and in the goal. Well done by Andrew and Logan. 1-0. That's the only goal of the game. Illini Bluffs is playing well this year. Will Emhoff gets a great shot on goal, but Liam Anderson of the Ghosts get the shutout and the win 1-0. Packers look like they're going to win tonight to go to 2-0. Jim Dandy time for you right now in the Let's Go Unified indeed. All 8 Mid-Illini schools sending unified students to East Peoria today for a great day of soccer and football. And of course, the dance-off. We end with a great dance-off, and nothing beats the dance-off on Unified Day. I had a great time there at East Peoria. Well done, Mid-Illini, the Jim Dandy.